hesitation. Got me going crazy. Keep it moving. I'm tuned in to True North Racing, the podcast that you need if you got the need for speed. John Morrison interviewing guests in the industry. Hey, short track, stock car racing. Gotta get it hype. Saturday night under the lights. Hear the engine rooming by. Smell the gas and feel the vibe. Going into overdrive. Drop the flag, then the car zooming by. Hey, True North Racing. Let's go.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the True North Racing Podcast. My name is John Morrison, and I am the media guy for Sauble Speedway for the Young Drivers Canadian Modifieds, and as well as your host for this show, and as well as for Jomo Media. And my new co-host is...
Hey guys, I'm Megan Mitchell. I am one of the drivers of the number 73 Pure Stock at Flamborough Speedway.
How's your... So before we in a little bit, we're going to be bringing our guest Connor Ross. But let's talk a little bit about your off season, because we haven't talked to you guys since what was it, October?
Yeah.
Christmas. We did a Christmas episode. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been almost 5 months since we've done a podcast together. Unfortunately, Caitlin from practice yesterday having motor issues and spending a lot of day on the sun. Our other co-host is unfortunately laid up in bed right now. Hopefully she gets better with some heat stroke. Hopefully she gets better, and because she starts racing next week.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, how's your off season been?
It's been slow. It's off season. It's not my favorite season, but kind of good though. I kind of needed the mental break and just to sit back and do some other things, because race season can be pretty chaotic and very just draining. Like, especially last year, we were running pretty good, trying to run for points, so that was very, very mentally draining. So it's been pretty good to just kind of relax and hang out with friends and family, but it's definitely nice to be back at the track.
Yeah, exactly. You were there yesterday checking out practice. What was the feeling like being at the track and seeing a lot of your racing friends again, and seeing a lot of people who you haven't seen in 6 months?
It was really good. It felt very good to be back. Like, just definitely something that I missed, and I knew I missed it that much. And it was really nice to see everybody again, just to hear the sounds and see the cars, see everybody's faces again. See some of the new cars, see some old cars back out, and just really good. It was a pretty nice day too. It was a little bit windy. My face is a little burnt. It's got pretty warm out yesterday, but yeah, it was really good.
And that's perfect, because we start racing next weekend, and I'm excited. I gotta so something that I've been holding back for a little bit from a lot of people. Megan, I've mentioned this to you just recently. Next weekend, I do have to talk to Greg McPherson from Inside Track, but it looks like you will be catching us next weekend on the Racing Zone stage at Motorama Car Show. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Don't know what day yet or anything like that, but until we get stuff finalized, I wanted to put that out there. So if you guys are there Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to put the times out once I know. You're going to catch, we'll have Caitlin and Megan the one day on the Sunday. Seeing how the schedule works, we're tentatively, we'll have Megan and Caitlin on the Sunday. And then the Saturday looks like we might be having Sauble Speedway guys come up on stage and join me for it. We have 2 cars in the Sauble Speedway booth this year. So looks like we're going to bring them up. John Carley's going to reach out to them, see if they would like to come up. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to invite, I'm going to talk on Saturday to any of the CVM guys and see if they want to come out for a live taping of the show. That's going to be a lot of fun, eh?
I'm excited. It's been a while since I've been to Motorama just because of COVID and everything. So it's going to be really great to be back out there.
What's one of your favorite booths at the track, or at the show? Sorry. Jesus Christ. We're getting close to race season when we're just saying track now.
Yeah. Honestly, one of my favorite booths is the sticker booth, where I get stickers for my truck and my car.
Oh,
You
like
can find some
the
pretty cool ones.
in the tuner one when it's like 20, like 5 stickers for $20 or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like my
That's
favorite.
my favorite section.
I always hunt for the little ones to go on your mirror that says objects in mirror are losing. I
That'd
don't
be
have them on
perfect.
my truck yet, but this year.
You need to get one of those and hope, you know what, maybe we'll talk to one of my friends, see if they can get you a deck. Or no, you're able to do that, no?
I could.
Then why haven't you done it? Why haven't you done
I
it?
need to.
You
I could
have the
put 'em in the pier
technology.
stock, like, right? I don't take advantage of my Cricut enough. I need to.
You have a Cricut, use it. Like,
It's like I'll make like maybe one T-shirt or something for myself with my race team on it. People are like, "Oh, can I get one?" I'm like, I
you
mean,
need
like,
to do
I
this because
probably
then
could.
that helps with the race funds. If it costs
Definitely.
you, let's say $8, charge them $15 a t-shirt. I don't know what the
Yeah.
cost would be, but there you go. There's some money you can put back in your guys' pocket for the race year.
Mhm. That is a good idea. I should start doing that.
I absolutely would be. Anyways, how excited are you to be a part now of, in my opinion, the best show of Joe Media and Promotions?
I agree with that one. I'm very excited. I feel like this is gonna be big for me because like the driver's seat definitely helped me. Like I've always been a super shy person. I don't talk much, but coming on the driver's seat last year really just brought me out. And I feel like now that I've gotten used to doing that and talking to you and Kate every week, I feel like now that I'm gonna have the chance to talk to more drivers and more drivers than just the pure stock and mini stock guys and girls that I talk to, it's gonna be really good for me. So I'm very excited.
Oh, for sure. We have such a tremendous guest list, and we sent it out the other day once we finalized this whole deal. We got some mini stock guys, we got pro late model guys, pure stock guys. Even, this is a little early, and I know it is, but we even have another podcast coming on with us in July.
Oh wow.
We're joining
That's gonna be good.
we're going to be joining another podcast in the summertime, so that's going to be a lot of fun. It's well, once everything gets announced, we'll let you guys know which one it is. But yeah, how excited are you to get back to the track though? Because 6 months is too long in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I don't have a car quite ready yet to go out. Not sure when I'm gonna be back in the car, but even just to be there, like I'm very excited. I'm so happy. Like and it shows in the way I drive, like the way I drove to the track, I can admit, not very good, but I might have drove a little quicker because
You were excited. There's
I was
nothing to be wrong with that.
very excited. I'm like, oh, this feels good. Like this is my happy place, my home, my second home. So
Yep.
yeah.
Well, with this year, with you not racing, what's it going to be like going to travel to tracks? Because we've been talking about that all season now, how you may not get a chance to race a whole lot this year, but you're going to be going to tracks, and I hopefully we line it up where you can come with us and enjoy it. We're going up to Sauble in July. The offer's still, we talked about that, the offer's on the table. It's gonna be cool going around to different tracks, and for you, like, to get to see the different perspectives of different tracks. I feel is gonna be great for you long term.
Definitely, yeah. Like I wasn't really like, as a driver, I wasn't really one to, especially last year, to travel to different tracks. Like it just wasn't in our fund. And I was just trying to get myself used to one track right now, which was Flamborough. So for now, for me to be able to even just go around and like watch, it's gonna be very good. There's tracks that I've never been to, like even Merrittville. I don't think I've ever really been there. It's Ashwegan and Flamborough has been the only tracks I go to. So I'm very excited. I mean, I've been to Sauble, but there weren't any cars. I was just camping and we went and walked the track and checked it out. So probably on the biggest on my bucket list this year is Sabo. I'm definitely making my way there. It's gonna be like a 3-hour drive, but it's gonna be worth it. Like it's gonna be big. It's gonna be really fun. Like I plan to at least visit every track once to at
Yeah.
least get out. Like, and I mean, I've met lots of different drivers through Facebook and Instagram and TikTok who I would love to go to their tracks, like Southern Ontario Motor Speedway, and check it out and meet them. So
Hey, we're going
it's gonna
back
be
this
good.
year.
Yeah,
We're going back this year. So, let's plan it for a night because it's gonna be a
yeah.
Friday night.
Mhm.
You know, it's gonna be a Friday night because for us anyways, we're going Friday night with the mini stock guys because for over here on Joe Media Promotions, we are with Ohana Acres Racing within their 92H mini stock driven by Ryan Houston. We're also going to be on the 29J of Dave Johnson in the mini mod. Hopefully, I think we're trying and get us down there for a day that they're racing on the all of them are racing on the Saturday. So because we're going back down there to do another vlog, which is awesome. I love doing them. So hopefully we can line something up. Hey, if they're all lined up and it's a perfect day and we get rained out at Flamborough, I know where I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm going down. I'll
definitely.
drive down because the track is beautiful. The facility it's coming along and you can tell, but it's such a great experience when you go there.
It looks amazing. From what I've heard, it's an incredible track. So, for dirt tracks, again just Oshwegan. That's really
Yeah.
my only experience. So it's gonna be really good. I'm very excited for that.
Well, it's you need to get out there, travel around.
I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll find another track that I'm gonna actually race. Like,
yeah.
you never know.
Psst, bring the car in July. There's the Dash for Cash, the Wednesday Dash for Cash. It's an awesome event. It's gonna be my first time going up for that. But it leads into such a great weekend of racing as well, because not only do you have the Dash for Cash on that Wednesday, you have the APC Tour on the Saturday. Or sorry, no, that's oh boy. Let me see if I'm messing this one up. Oh no. Got to go back and find a schedule. Oh no, July. Oh yes, I was right. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So we have on Wednesday, July 27th, there's the Dash for Cash. The Roots Gas Bar Unite Eats are going for a 5K to win. The combined fours are running 40 laps for $2,000 to win. And then that weekend, stay the weekend. Because that weekend you have the APC Tour on the Saturday night, with INEX Legends, the Can-Am Midgets. Then on the Sunday, you have the Beat the Heat 150. So it's another Pro Late model, but at this time, instead of 100 laps, it's going to be 150 laps. And then that's also going to have the Can-Am Midgets and INEX Legend cars. That is going to be such a cool event. And that's a long weekend. That Monday's a holiday.
Oh, it's perfect.
That's a civic holiday weekend. It's perfect. It's perfect time to go up. Take the week off, go camping, check out the beach. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go up the Tuesday night, get to the track early, get all our footage done for Sauble. And then Thursday, we're Jacqueline and I are going to hit the beach and relax. Because why wouldn't you?
Oh, exactly. It's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful down there. It's amazing. I've only been camping down there one time, but my family's planning to go back, so sounds like the perfect time. Like,
yeah,
might just trailer up the car and bring her along. Who knows?
Hey, just
see what I can get done to do.
just joke and just be like, oh, where they just hook up the trailer one day. It's like, oh, where you going? Oh, nowhere. Next thing you know, you're on pedal power the day after. No one knows you went.
Oh, that would be something else.
Oh, I feel you've come home to an ass whooping, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't think my dad would do that. I mean, especially because I'll slip it out there now. He's going to be the one running the car this year. So
how excited is he going to get behind the wheel?
He's very excited. He's pumped.
Yeah.
So pumped. So I'm excited for him, but I'm nervous.
Oh
It's been a
yeah.
while, so
You know what? I
kind of
think he'll do
jealous.
just fine.
I mean, he taught me everything that I knew. So if Chase and I could be as successful as we were last year, considering he knows more, I think he's going to do good. It's going to be a learning curve, though. Something different.
It always is.
He's just going to start tail. It's just going to be occasional anyway.
Yeah.
So start tail, follow everyone, see how it goes, and then who knows?
What
If he finds that comfort.
So how is so on our show, you've been listening lately, and I know you have.
Mhm.
We always like to do a little. We're gonna bring in and make sure we do our own little talks about how our weeks were, because I feel going forward, especially between the three of us, it's gonna be such a great thing to talk about. You know, what are it's a game that we like to play. Oh, sorry, let me go back to it's a game that we like to play in our house called lows and high low, where you talk about your high of the day and low of the day. So I think something that's gonna be good for us going forward on the show is to talk about essentially our highs and lows of the week, though,
Mhm.
and talk about our week, because something I feel like it would be good is for us to talk about our week, to see, you know, how our week was, you know, like this past week. I'm gonna be honest today, like my kids were little a-holes. Like, don't you ever just get that feeling? I know people who have kids out there, they're gonna feel me. They're gonna be like, I feel you, I've been there. I
Yeah.
made a beautiful dinner today. Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh.
Pork tenderloin smoked on the grill. You know, it was mwah. Roasted potatoes, corn. It was such a and my kids almost refused to eat.
I know.
Oh yeah, I spent all afternoon on it. There was even garlic bread. I even smoked the garlic bread.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was so good. It tasted amazing.
I
But my
bet.
kids
Oh my
were
goodness.
I want to set up I got to talk to some people, but I want to set up a weekend there's no racing and there's nothing going on, and on the Sunday have like a few people over for like I'll smoke all the meat. Have a
Mhm.
potluck, smoke all the meat. You know, we'll have the meat, everyone brings something, you know, and we'll have like a backyard party and just
Yeah.
enjoy some good food, enjoy some friends, some music, some laughs.
Mhm.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be wicked. That'd be so much fun.
Uh, we're just waiting on our guest Connor. We're just waiting on Connor to jump in here. He's having some computer difficulties tonight, but he should be in soon. But once he gets all his set up, he'll be joining us in. Well, we're just gonna wait a couple seconds here before Connor gets in. So, but Megan, how was your week?
It was all right. I got COVID last weekend, so luckily it was just very mild. So quarantined for 5 days. I was lucky that it ended right in time to go to practice. So my voice is still a little weird. But the only effect that I still have going. So other than that, it was a little lonely. I'm not used to just being at home, not going to work. So
Yeah,
it wasn't my greatest week. I'll be honest about that. Like I'm lucky, but
that's all that matters. And you know,
yeah.
you're still here. You're on the upside
Mhm.
of it, so that's pretty good.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
definitely.
I trust me. I understand how that, you know, that we, you know, Jacqueline and I had COVID back in January, and it sucked.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
You know, it was not fun. But hey, it seems like now a lot more people are getting it than,
Mhm.
especially a
Yeah.
lot more people that we know are getting it now than they used to.
Yeah, definitely. Like it just it's not fun. And I mean I kind of jinxed myself because my family was the same. They all got it in January. Like most people know, my dad was hospitalized with it. So that was really what had me very paranoid when I got it. But I
Yeah,
kind of like jinxed myself by saying, "Oh, I'm the only one in my family that didn't get it." Here we are.
yeah. And at least you know Monday you're gonna go back to work.
Mhm.
It's all good, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, what do you say we bring in Connor?
Sounds good.
All right. We're just waiting for Connor to connect here. Connor, how's it going, man? Oh, we can't hear you, bud. Oh, we got you.
Oh, you guys can hear me?
There it is.
Yeah, we got you. How's it?
It's kind of going pretty good. How about yourself?
Pretty good, man. How's your off season been?
Been pretty busy right now. Trying to get ready, but other than that, it's been good.
That's good. How is off season busy? We're getting going in just a week here with the CVM. Are you guys gonna be ready?
We'll be ready. We're on a time crunch right now. We're trying to just fit my dad in the car, so he took a grinder to the car about 2 months or 3 months ago, and now we should have done it a lot earlier in the off season, but we didn't. But now we're just trying to catch back up, and we'll be ready for Saturday.
Oh, that's good. I was talking to Twitch a little bit earlier today about saying him telling me how hard it was going to be to get your dad in there. But what's the so this year it's going to be you, your dad, and Rob Twitchett all sharing a ride, and you guys are not the same heights.
No, we're not. Well, the nice thing is for my dad and I, we don't really have to move the seat. He just likes to sit very low.
Yep.
So for Rob and I, I'll get in there.
Oh, you cut out there for a second.
Yeah. No idea what just happened. Let's see.
Here, let's see if that works.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you. We'll continue on as voice for now until the video thing gets worked out.
Yeah, I have no idea. But the nice thing is, we just need to tilt this seat. We don't actually have to move it. So once my dad is done, because he's only going to be able to go to 4 shows with the busy off season, so we're just going to be able to tilt this seat, and that should be good. And then obviously we'll do a bit of other things just to get Rob and I comfortable in the car.
Hey, that's what's the situation with Twitch there? Like, what do you guys have to do for him to make him fit?
Nothing really.
What about the foot pedals? Do you guys need to adjust them, or because he's a lot shorter than you guys?
Yeah, we actually last year he tested the car later in the year when we thought we were having some brake troubles. I think it was just in my head. Well, I know that now, but he tested the car just to see, and he actually fit fine. He was just couldn't see over the steering wheel. So we just needed to change the height and everything, and it wasn't that bad.
Oh, that's not terrible then. So with you guys sharing a ride, what are your plans? What is your plans for the summer? Obviously, running a part-time schedule.
My summer is gonna be pretty busy. I ran full time last year, and things didn't go the way I wanted to. And then in the breaks that we had off, I was crewing for the sprint car team, and the border was shut still, so we weren't able to go to the States much, but at all. Sorry, but the amount that I learned in that short period of time, and surrounding myself with the best of the best. Jay Hill, he brings the best equipment that you can possible, and that's the nice thing. And all the guys there, from Jamie Turner, Corey, Ryan, and everyone who crews there, they've all been around that for basically their whole life. So it's kind of nice. They took me under their wing. They taught me everything and continuing to teach me things. So it was a tough decision to kind of just race part-time, but I found it was right for me, being young, and I just needed to mature a bit more, I thought. And I think just crewing would help me with that. And then we kind of contacted Rob, and he said he'd race. So, and then my dad said he wanted to race. So now we got three of us.
I kind of wondered that myself. I was going to ask about the seating and the height differences. I know that's what happened with my brother and I last year. I actually had to drive with a extension on the gas pedal. Like, wonder if anybody else has ever done that.
We were thinking about doing it, but Rob said he was comfortable. So my dad and I said, you know what? He can go screw himself and he can run it the way we want to.
I guess this year is going to be a lot of fun going to the dirt side and getting to travel with those guys, eh?
Yeah, you know, the season, I guess, started off last night at Merrittville, and Corey, I forget where he finished in the, oh, he didn't finish, sorry, he pulled off, and we bent the front axle, he made contact with the inside wall there, and then Ryan, he started seventh, and we got up to second, and there were some bad timely cautions, and I think we could have had the win last night. Ryan was up on the wheel, and it was amazing to watch. And then Friday night, we might be heading down to the States. Don't know. That's still up in the air. So hopefully we do, because I'd love to go down there. And then I guess I might be racing Saturday. I might not be. Might be my dad. It's 50-50 right now.
So what's the timeline of you if you go across the state to the States or not? Is it gonna be like Friday call, Saturday morning call, or?
When I left it, I had to leave the shop tonight, and they were just cutting out the not the door, but they were making a hinge for my dad, because he's able to fit with the body without the body on. So now we're trying to make him fit with the body on. So I left. I don't know how far they got with that, but he said you might be running, but he said he'd like to race. So if he can't, then I'll jump in.
Megan, have you seen that picture of Adam sitting in the car with the roof off the one time?
I think so. Was that one on Facebook?
Yeah.
I think I saw that one. Yeah. That's funny.
I think they even put that up on Race Rivals Race Chat the one night just to poke a little fun at them.
They probably did.
That's always a fun little show that I enjoy watching on Tuesday nights, is seeing what your dad and Clinton get up to.
It's sometimes chaotic. The ideas they get, but you know they've been doing that for a long time, so they know their way around the business.
Absolutely, they love they love racing just about as much as anyone, and they know every little thing about it. And I got to bring your dad on in this year at some point. I want to talk to him about what it's like and what is different between the CVMs from his time running back in the 90s to what it was like running this year.
He'd love to. I'll have to ask him, but I think he likes coming on podcasts and talking, because I guess he doesn't talk enough.
I mean, that's what he does for a living, right?
Yeah, basically.
But hey, you know what? There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what we're here for. We're here to have fun and talk about racing, and I feel like your dad coming on would be an awesome thing. But I'll have to reach out to him closer to the date. Because right now we're booked all the way through July, surprisingly. Oh yeah, we're no slouching this year. Man, have you not seen anything I've been posting lately?
Oh,
like
I have.
every day is like something.
Between the CVM, Salvo, and then the podcast, it's chaotic.
Oh, it's busy, man. But we're not here to talk about me. I didn't want me to turn this around on my crap here. But going into this season, you know, last season probably wasn't the most ideal season you wanted as a rookie, but you learned a lot, and I saw the confidence grow quite often throughout the season. What was the, I hate to say it because of it could be looked as negative, but what was the determining factor for you guys to keep coming back each week after having a rough week the week before?
I think, well, we knew we wanted to be there week in and week out, and some days it'd be Saturday morning because we'd be at Delaware on a Friday night or a dirt track on Friday night, and Rob would either be at the shop until midnight because we couldn't be there, and then we start Saturday morning until 2, 3 o'clock, gates open, and sometimes we even finish there. But it was it was a big learning curve last year, and even the amount of wrecks that I did have, those nights I still learned so much, and seat time was very important, and maturing behind the wheel was also important. Like the first few times I had to realize that it happens. I can't. Not everyone's gonna go with a season without wrecking now. I don't want to wreck that much, but it happens, and I think I just got to look ahead and know what I did wrong, and I've covered those points, and I know what I need to do differently, and I was just having fun most of the year. Those nights weren't the best, but it was all about learning, and I think that's why we were there every weekend and just having fun.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's we luckily enough last year we were able to put a GoPro on your car last year for we were going to do a lot earlier in the year. You and I talked about it, and you wanted to get a lot more confidence, but we still asked you later on in the year if you wanted to, and even the footage we got of you running, was still quality footage. You could definitely see the improvement. I was able to see the improvement from outside the car throughout the year, but like that one shot, that one video of you guys, obviously, the day's video that we got of you in the car, I can see the progression and the confidence level grow. And for you to say here and say like, yeah, I was having fun, every night. That's awesome to hear, because racing should be fun. We're there. We're not there. We're not making big bucks. We're there to have fun and shoot the shit, have a beer after the race. Obviously, unless you're under 19, you can't. Chocolate milk. For the young ones, you have to have a chocolate milk. For the older ones, you can have a beer. But that's good to hear that you were having fun though all last year.
Yeah, and I mean, John Carley gave me the opportunity 2 years ago to run the one race, and we blew the motor and put it in the wall. So I mean, but like even that, it's just I was very hard on myself last year. My dad had talked to me a bunch and just told me just keep your head up. You're learning from your mistakes. And we had a camera on board this year, and we watched a bunch of the footage back, and I'd start front row, but then I'd go scratch because I just didn't feel like I belonged up there. And then later on in the year, I start up there, and like everyone says, the fast guys will get around you. You just gotta maintain your line. Once I learned that, and then I started getting confident running around other cars, and it was just a year of learning. That's what I'm going to take out of last year. It was just a learning curve and seat time, maturing behind the wheel, and yeah.
I agree with John. Like it's huge for a driver to go through that much and still come out confident. Like it's very hard. And I mean, the way I see it is there's I don't know, like I feel like it's almost like, I don't want to say confidence booster, but like to deal with all that in your rookie season, like I feel like it's just you're gonna come out better anyways. Like you can't go anywhere but up, and to get that experience out, like I know that's one thing I was scared of, is hitting another car and anything like that. And then once I experienced it, even though I didn't want to, like I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it, but
No, I get what you're saying there. It's everything just happens so quick as well, and stuff's gonna happen on the track. So I mean, I'd rather get it over with early than
mhm,
late.
exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you had a couple of hard wrecks last year with you had one definitely with Jared that no one really saw coming, and to still bounce back, and it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, that one, it was that it all happened so quick. We watched the G-force footage and everything just happened so quick in a race car where you think you're reacting quick enough, and then all of a sudden, too late now. But you just gotta stay on top of things, and that's one thing that I lacked, especially there. It's just you got to react super quick because everything's happening so fast. Where you stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know Megan had the same things last year, obviously being a rookie, and you can attest
Mhm.
to this as well that uh you said it yourself there, Connor. It's best to get it over with early, and that way you can move on from it, you can learn from it, and that way it's going to make you a better driver going forward. And hopefully this year, I'm not trying to poke fun at you or anything like that, but instead of hitting the wall, you're going to be driving around, driving around the guys and working your way up through the field. Uh, and I do believe you have the skill to do it. We're we've I've watched you run for 2 years, oh, not obviously 2 years, but all last year and the couple events you came out in 2020, and I see going forward you're gonna be a good wheelman.
Yeah, and that was especially the. I know that I can do better than what I did last year. It's all up in my head, not all up in my head, but there's some things where you wreck, and I'd say I'm definitely better in one and two than I'm in three and four. There's just the nervous. I don't know how to word it, but I don't get nervous, but there's sometimes where I think, oh, and then that was also the hard thing is to take a step back when you think after your rookie year you want to race even more, learn a lot more seat time, and that one I think confused a lot of people. Where I kind of said I'm just going to take a step back, but I think it might help me. It might not. Probably won't, but there's always next year.
Hey, you know what? There's to me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with stepping back, assessing the situation before moving forward, and that's such a mature approach.
Mhm.
You're such a young guy, like, but you have the maturity that I'd say is almost on par with someone like myself. The way you present yourself, the way you talk to yourself, and is just second to none. So I gotta applaud you for that, man.
And most of it comes from my dad. He's taught me from a young age how to speak to sponsors, not and then just people around the track how to represent yourself, and he really trained me to do that, and that's helped a lot.
For sure, because every time I come up and interview, man, after a race, it just feels like what was it, the what was it? I think it was the year last year when we did the vlog on you,
Yeah.
and I think you rambled through, you rattled off, sorry, not rambled, you rattled off your sponsors before I even had to ask you. And I'm like, well, you took away my last little bit here. So anyways, have a nice night. See, I talk to you later.
That was one thing my dad taught me. He goes, some people won't ask you, so if you're talking, you might as well just start spitting out the sponsors. And I truly do have to thank Todd Oliver from the Retail Design Group, and he's having a rough go the last few weeks. So hopefully he's going to pull through, and he's a strong guy. I got to thank Jay Hill from the Burger Barn, Petro Plus, Ace One Construction. I could go on and on all the companies that he owns, but he's been a huge part, and those two guys I really got to thank, and obviously John Carly for letting me drive this car, my dad, and Rob Twitchen and Tim Martin.
See, look at that. Didn't even have to ask him. He still rattled them off anyways. Got boom. I don't even
Like
need, that's it. That's it. I can walk away a half a minute because I didn't even have to ask. But what's something smart about that though is that I remember gonna bring it back to your dad and Clinton here for a second, but they even talked about that on Race Rivals Race Chat one night. They said like media people need to stop asking the drivers to rattle off their sponsors. That should be on the driver's job, not.
I actually the few iRacing events they did for Friday Night iExcitement during COVID 2 years ago.
Yep.
I was interviewed a few times and Clint didn't ask, so I asked my dad, said, like, what do I do there? He goes, don't, you just have to say it. I go, okay. So then that's kind of where I learned to, even if they don't ask or do ask, just you got to do it quick.
Absolutely. Um, I think we're gonna take a couple seconds here and we're gonna jump into our uh fan question period, where, as you saw earlier, we put out there on social media that you were coming on and we got some questions for you. Are you ready to answer them?
Of course.
All right. First one up is from Cameron Thompson. He goes, "Who's your favorite pure stock rookie in 2022?"
I'd probably have to say Cam because I've seen him run a mini stock on dirt just testing, and he's really fast actually. And I know he's got the street stock this year and the pure stock, so he'll be one to watch out for. And I know he'll do good in the pure stocks and same in the street stocks. I mean, that's a heavy hitting division, like Merrickville, Humberstone, Oshawa, you could go down to Brighton too, and the amount of competition between all of those tracks is unreal. So I'd probably have to say Cam.
All right. Our next one up is Rob Twitchin. We got 3 of those from him, and I know you saw them.
I did.
First one up is, who is your favorite crew chief?
Probably say my dad.
That's a good answer.
I gotta say Rob.
Next one is, what corner is your favorite to crash into?
Considering I've only hit turn one once and turn 3, I think 18 times. Then you go with turn 3.
And then, what was the biggest takeaway or learning experience from last season?
That stuff's gonna happen, and you just gotta keep your head up, move on, and next week's a new week, and you just gotta learn from your mistakes.
Our next one up is Dale Millard. Who's gonna get a better finish this season, you or your dad?
I don't know, because when I walked into the shop, my dad goes, "Yeah, well, I'm probably gonna wreck the first week, so Rob, you might be racing the third week because I doubt the car will be ready for the second week." I go, "Oh, great." So I don't know. I don't care where he finishes. I just want to see him back in a car that'll be fun. I've never watched him race a car. We've only raced go-karts together at Hamilton Indoor Kartways, and I mean that got pretty competitive. So I mean, obviously I want to finish ahead of him because he's had a few years of not driving a car. So I'd have to say I'd probably will.
Our that's definitely gonna be cool to see your dad out on the track. That's gonna be a cool sight to see. Next one up is from Link Arison. Who's your favorite shirtless guy?
Probably him, because I think he's the only guy that I see shirtless at a racetrack the whole time.
Oh boy. And then we got a really good one here from Instagram, and it's from Lift the Visor. How significant would you say mental health awareness is in your racing journey?
The first few weeks of racing, it was tough on me, and I wouldn't say I get scared that I'm gonna hit the wall, but like there's been some times where I've had to take some deep breaths before going onto the track, and so when I strap in, it's just feel claustrophobic, and I feel like everything's happening so quick, and I just had to take some deep breaths, sit back, cool myself, relax myself, and then I find it kind of sorts itself out a bit.
Alrighty then. That's gonna wrap up our fan question period. Of course, we want to thank everyone for submitting their questions, and make sure you guys check back next week at around noon. I don't know why I say noon o'clock, to see who our next guest on the show will be. I'm getting really tired, so Megan, why don't you take over for a second here?
I don't know. I'll kind of jump on that last question there, because I totally agree. I know exactly what you mean about having to like just sit back and take those deep breaths, and how it's not really a scared thing, but like that wall's intimidating, man. Like it's, and I mean, I don't know. I feel like the first time I hit it, it was like getting it done and over, and it's still scary, not intimidating, but you know, some people don't understand what some people deal with, and it is, I mean, it's good that you can admit that you can. Some people do have to just sit back and take that deep breath. And I mean, I do it too. I kind of sit back and remind myself, I have all this safety gear. I'm going to be good. If something happens, I don't want it to happen, but it's quick. Things go quick, and you're not always going to make the right decision. So
I honestly don't even remember hitting the wall. It happened like the wall. Sorry, I should say
Mhm.
it happened so quick, and then you're just sitting in the infield and go, oh, that's the end of our night. Get ready for next week. But it makes me nervous. I'll say sometimes. Some days I'll be fine. Some days don't know what triggers it, but there's some days where I'm nervous. And I just got to sit back and take those deep breaths, and then I'll be good.
Mhm. I totally get that. And I think, honestly, I think a lot more drivers deal with that than what they might say. Like, some of them just kind of keep it real quiet and
Yeah.
put on this mask and just, it's all good.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
You racing drivers are too damn stubborn. That's exactly what it is.
Not wrong.
Fact.
But you made a really good point there, Megan. Like, as race car drivers, you guys are seen as, because obviously I'm the lone one out here. So, but everyone sees race car drivers as, balls to the wall, have no fear, but in reality, you know dang well, as much as I do, that no matter how safe you are in a car, no matter what you got, what you have, you're 180 to 250 pounds, if not more, battling a vehicle that weighs 2,300 pounds. Already ballsy enough. And to hide behind a mask, it feels like, yeah, you're right. You need to hide behind a mask as a driver, because you don't want to see people think of you any different. But in reality, we need to continue opening and having that conversation, so that way we can talk about it. It's not a sore subject to talk about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
But-
totally agree with that. I mean, I know I personally, I've always dealt with it. The amount of times that I've sat in my car and cried with my helmet on because I didn't want anybody to see me is ridiculous. And it's like, I don't know if any other drivers do that. I could just be the only one. But like, to hear other drivers step up and admit things like that, I'm like, you know what? It kind of makes me take a step back. I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one. Like, nobody's alone. It's a lot. Like, you're driving a little weapon out there sometimes. So it is. It takes a lot of balls.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah, it's but I got you to even open up and talk about it. That's about as ballsy as you guys can get as well,
Mhm.
right? Because hiding behind a helmet mask is scary enough as it is, because you want people to see you as this instead of this, but to still talk about it is bringing awareness to talk about it, and to tell people how they feel, like for even Connor to sit here and tell us how he feels. I applaud you, man, because that's
Me too.
it's not something that everyone does.
It's not easy.
No, it's the hardest part is when you strap in the car and put on the helmet and then think of everything that can happen to you when you go out there.
Mhm.
But then when you're on the track, you don't think about it. It's weird, but
It's like as soon as those tires hit the asphalt, it's just like blank. Like, not blank, but like you're in a different zone.
game face.
100%. Exactly that.
Hopefully moving forward we can continue talking about this kind of stuff, and because that, to me, it helps other people open up and talk about it more, and that's a conversation we all need to have, and that's a conversation that needs to continue talk. We need to talk about, and I'm glad Jory put that question in, because I felt with Megan on here, that was actually a perfect question. I was actually going to throw that question over to you to ask, but I thought that was a great question to ask, especially with the people that we have coming on tonight.
Mhm. I mean, I'm just gonna jump in again one more time about it because like I mean I
Go
feel
ahead.
like a lot of the times it's girls that step up and talk about mental health because men are even more like expected to put on this face and like just pretend. So it's like I know me personally, even to hear Connor speak up and say that, I'm like, wow, like that's incredible. Like to hear a guy say something, I'm like, it's awesome. Like it's gonna bring a lot of comfort to different people who just kind of just do it silently.
I was silent for most of the time, and then it's just stuff happens, and I think the worst part about it is you were just sitting in silence and not reaching out. I think what Jory did really helped the racing community in that aspect, and it, he he did a good thing.
Like I always say, it was such a weird thing for me to reach out to him on TikTok and send him a message. And look where it's ended up for him. You know, he's done so much, and you know I'm pretty sure he's had a chance to talk to you, Connor?
Yeah.
You know, he's been able to talk to you. I know he's talked to you to your dad, Adam. You know, Megan and him have stayed in touch over the past year, which is incredible. And to see Lift the Visor grow to what it is, and for someone like yourself to talk about it, it helps. And that's what we want. Connor, like if you ever need to talk, man, like my inbox is always open.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and it helps when people also open up and say, yeah, if you ever need anything, and it just kind of comforts you in a way that you have someone to talk to, and that you where you think people don't really care, and then people open up and say, hey man, if you ever need anything, and it's just makes you comfortable in a way.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. You know, sometimes it's people that need that comfort to know that they can reach out, because it's, you never know if you can. You never know who is like, it doesn't matter who your closest friends are. They may not care. But that one person that goes, hey man, you ever need to talk to, inbox is always open, always here. And sometimes that's all you need. All right. Yeah. So moving forward, wow, we got real emotional there. Wow. But moving forward, so I want to bring it back to 2022 a little bit. I want to talk about this season a little bit more, because we already got your start the last time you were on the show, because this is your second appearance. This year is going to be a lot of fun. I find, you know, you're going to be running part-time. It's going to be cool seeing the driver switch between you, your dad, and Rob. It's going to be cool seeing your journeys going across, helping out on the sprint car team. And, you know, it's, I know it's something you're really passionate about, is especially the dirt side, I find. Do you have more of a love for asphalt over dirt by any chance? Oh.
I don't want to say I prefer dirt. I prefer all types of racing. But,
yeah.
Dirt maybe a bit better than asphalt in my opinion. But I mean, no, I like asphalt. It produces great racing, and so does dirt. I just like dirt because the amount of change that goes through the night, and what drivers have to do, crew chiefs, and I'm not saying asphalt it doesn't change. But I'm just saying that
The
asphalt and dirt are both a team, not team sport, obviously, but it takes a team.
Absolutely. And you know what? There's definitely nothing wrong with saying that dirt's better than asphalt, because even I've been coming around more on the dirt side. And
Mhm.
if anyone's seen my journeys last year, I ended up at what, two dirt races in 2 nights last year. So I never and they were quite a few kilometers difference and apart. One night I went all the way to Humberstone. But yeah, I went all the way to Humberstone on a Friday night and then drove all the way down to Southern Ontario Motor Speedway for the Saturday night show.
That would be a journey. Actually, the one night after we got done at Flamborough, Cam Thompson and I were gonna head up to Cornwall because I was gonna go help Darren's riding because he needed a crew member.
Yeah.
And we were gonna, I forget if we were gonna leave at like 7 in the morning or something, and it was already 1 at Flamborough. It was 1 o'clock at night, and we were planning to drive down the 401 quite a while, but there have been weekends where it'll be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show, and it definitely takes a toll. You can tell that everyone on the crew is just tired and needs their sleep, but at the end of the day, it's fun to do it. It's
Oh, you're young. It's good enough. You don't ask
Yeah.
me anymore. I'm not into that crap. I could probably still pull it off if I wanted to. I'd just rather not. There were times I came back from Delaware, not leaving Delaware till almost 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So, and coming all the way back to even east of Guelph, that was still about 2.5, 3 hour drive. So
There's some late nights at racetracks. Very
Oh.
late nights.
no, I don't. I still left at almost midnight the one time I went to Washouigan, but still, to me, if you have a car count like you do at Delaware for their freaking King of the Hill, you are absolutely SOL for the night.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
They get about as many cars as a freaking full car field. 43 cars. I swear to God, they pull in like 40, 50 cars sometimes. Like,
They put on good racing too.
oh, 100%. You're not wrong. I'm not denying that. But it's just so damn long, and you still want to go home. And at Delaware, you're stuck in the center until after all that's completed. So you might as well just go load the car up and then come back and finish watching it. But by the time that's still done, you're still waiting for everyone else to get out.
Yeah, and then you're home by 3, and if it's a Friday
Yeah.
night, then you're off to Flamborough or Merivale or other places.
Luckily, the guy I was crewing for only was running Delaware the Friday nights, but he would have run the Grisdale Triple Crown still
So
at Flamborough. So there was some late Friday nights, early Saturday mornings there.
yeah,
Especially for me, I refuse to sleep in cars.
I'm a tall guy, so I need my legs fully extended. I can't sleep in a ball. So
Oh wow,
I would not prefer. I'd prefer a bed.
I feel that. I got involved into an accident when I was about 10, 11 years old, I want to say. And I woke up while we were in the middle of the ditch. Oh, we were spinning and I woke up mid spin. So I was about 10, maybe anywhere between 10 and 13 when that happened. So yeah, I'm a little afraid to fall asleep in cars because I'm afraid that might happen again.
Yeah.
Good thing I drive. That's why I drive most of the time now. I just don't want to be a passenger.
There's some nights when I was younger, I'd look over at my dad. He's got the windows down, pinching himself, coming home from last week, and I didn't know. I said, "Dad, you good?" "Oh yeah, I'm good." "Oh, okay." Now they'll look at me like, "All right, I'll drive you." "Okay." There were some pretty sketchy nights.
Oh yeah. Oh, there'd be coming back from Delaware, there'd be 4 of us in the pickup truck of Ed Askin's pickup truck. There'd be 4 of us, and I would be in the back right corner of the truck, and next thing you know, I'm like, why the hell is it so cold in here? He's got the window down, heat up, so it's like a conflicting temperature change in the truck. And I'm just like, God damn it, man! Like, what do you want, hot or cold?
You just
It's
want
gotta
to
be
stay
like good
awake.
mix.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. On the way to Delaware, we would stop off at the TA just out of Woodstock, and I would pick up a Gatorade and a package of Pop Tarts. So I became Pop Tart man on the team. On the way home, to keep my ass awake, I would get a Dr. Pepper or a Mountain Dew and sour cherry blasters. Oh, I still love sour cherry blasters, but like, no, not anymore. I can't do that like I used to.
I can't eat candy. Well, I mean, I can, but there have been a few late nights coming from the Burger Barn shop or after
Yeah.
the races where I'll be half asleep. So I'll either have a Red Bull or something. Not anymore, but I'll have a pop and barbecue sunflower seeds. That's my go-to snack on the ride home.
Well, at least you said the Burger Barn shop, because Megan and I, we both had our partners with us, and we pretty much closed down the Burger Barn the one night. We got there at what, like
times they
6?
came over. Yeah, we
was
left there like
10.
yeah, I'd have been about 10. You know, times like, you guys want a refill?
I think I went through like 10. I felt like I went through like so many pops that night too.
The Dr. Pepper though, like,
Oh, Dr. Pepper.
and I mean, how can you leave the Burger Barn? So freaking good.
It is very good. I'm almost getting sick of it because every shop night, that's what we order for dinner. And
Mhm.
I come home from vacation from Mexico and I was like, all I want is Burger Barn. And then 2 weeks later, it's like, I don't want Burger Barn. But I also want Burger Barn because it's so good. Sometimes you just got to switch it up.
Hey, absolutely. But yeah, I think that's one of the best burger places I've ever gone to.
Yeah.
And you know,
Cheap.
the services there is second to none. It's cheap.
Mhm.
It's still good food though.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there a few times now, and I'm almost tempted. Like, if I'm ever going to Ohsweken on a Friday night, I'm taking a half day from work. I'm stopping off at Burger Barn, having myself a good meal, and then going to Ohsweken Speedway and enjoy some dirt track racing on a Friday night.
I will say, if you go for the Sprint Car Nationals for breakfast, if you stay over or before the race, you will not get seated. I've
I
been
bet.
there before the races, and it'll be like a 2-hour wait. And you walk in, and there's dirt car hoodies and race car shirts everywhere. It's like, all right, race fans, I see.
It's such a good place to go, and there's definitely no and they do a lot of, they're obviously one of your sponsors and, you know, partners, and they do a lot for you, and they do a lot of things for racing in general. It's such a good thing to see as well, because you don't see that very much. You don't see a company come in and who loves the sport and just loves giving back to it.
Yeah, Jay, like I said, he loves having top of line equipment. He loves winning, but he also likes sponsoring nights so he can obviously get his brand out there. But he's been a big part of a lot of racetracks, and I think every racetrack you'll see probably will have a Burger Barn or Petro Plus billboard.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. That's good advertisement for him. And I know if that thing ever goes up at Flamborough, that's all I'm gonna be craving is Burger Barn.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll be detouring back through Ohsweken.
We were on the way to Merrittville last night. We were following the Burger Barn trailer because there was a sprint car in there, and we had 2 in the trailer that I was in. And I was just looking at the side of the big burger. I'm hungry now. I had to look down and go on my phone. I was like, I can't keep looking at this thing. It's just looking back at me. It's teasing me.
Actually, we briefly touched on that. How was Merrittville last night? What was the track like there? Because I've been there a couple times now, and I love the track. What was it like so far?
It looked like it was going to be very rough from hot laps. Like, it looked like once the modifieds were, it looked like they were just going to keep rolling up the clay into big clumps, and then Merrittville is always mostly slick. I want to say it's always slick, but I feel like there's been a few nights where it'll surprise you. but we went to walk the track at intermission, and there was a lot of grip left in it. And then once features came, it was pretty smooth, like very smooth, and it was pretty good racing all throughout the field, especially the sprint cars. I mean, they put on a pretty good show. And then the modifieds also did too. I think the sportsman went green to checkered, which was quick because I went to the washroom and I came back out and the race was over and I was confused, but it put on some great racing.
That's awesome to hear, man. I didn't realize that Merrittville was already starting up. So when I saw a lot of people yesterday posting, it's like, God damn it, there's already a race going on. I'm not even attending it. I was
That's
like,
what I
well,
said.
I was a little, you should have. You were closer to me.
I know.
You could have gone. You were at Flamborough.
I could have.
Next
Like,
Friday night, there's always Fulton Speedway.
Sorry.
You know, I said next Friday night, if you guys want to cross the border and watch some dirt track racing, there's Fulton Speedway. It might be a bit of a hike, 3 hour, 40-minute drive, but that's besides the point.
I would absolutely love to. I got one issue. I don't have a passport yet.
Actually, I gotta see if mine's valid because we might be going down there to race. Hopefully. But
Oh, make sure you
still
get
up
check
to
on
time.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to right after this.
Well, yeah, I gotta go get mine because I know Jacqueline's itching to get across the border, and we're trying to plan to go away to a sunny destination by the end of the year for technically what would be my first ever adult vacation, I guess you would call it. Because the last time I ever went away anywhere, I was about 10 years old for 3 days in Disney.
It'll be a harder vacation.
Oh, you're telling me. Well, Connor, I think we're gonna wrap that up there. It's great talking to you. We're gonna have a lot of fun this year in the CVMs, and I'm sure as hell know you're gonna have a lot of fun hanging around with the Burger Barn team this year.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on. I don't even know what happened to the camera, to be honest with you. When my dad has it every Tuesday, it's always fine. When I get it, it's crap. But I got to thank you and Megan for letting me come on here and talk, and that was really fun.
No problem, man. Thank you for jumping on with us, and you're always more than welcome to come back on and to talk racing and whatever else we can come up with. Like talk about Burger Barn for Christ's sakes.
That would be fun. That'll be fun.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you get going. You have yourself a good night. All right.
Yeah, you guys too. Have a good one.
All right. Bye now.
Yes.
yeah. We got to thank Connor Ross for coming on tonight. It was very fun to talk to him.
Yeah, we had such a great conversation with him. Everything we covered from, what his plans are for 2022. We obviously talked about his 2021 and we wish nothing but the best for him in 2022.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for being a good season for him.
Well, if anyone is looking for a True North Racing podcast merch, you guys can head on over to epicracewear.ca or link will be in our description down below in our comments or in our description. Sorry. And head on over. You guys can pick up yourself a True North Racing podcast hat. Also, we have Jomo Media hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, whatever, both crew neck sweaters. Pick yourself up some and show your love for the True North Racing podcast. Next week, guys, you guys will find out who our next week's guest is at around noon next Sunday. Make sure you guys are tuned in on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to see exactly who is coming on the True North Racing podcast that week. Megan, why don't you start us off and take us home?
Do not forget that next weekend is Flamborough Speedway's opening night. So it's going to be one you guys aren't going to want to miss.
And if you guys remembered at the beginning of the show, we did talk about that. We will be at Motorama. Don't know times yet. It's all tentative as of this moment, but I will for sure show up either Saturday and or Sunday. Hopefully we can work out some to have the girls there as well, Caitlin and Megan, and it's good. We're going to have such a fun conversation there on the Racing Zone stage. So I'm looking forward to that. So make sure and that's an action-packed day in itself, right? Come on out to Motorama during the day. You got Motorama during the day. Come out to Flamborough at night and enjoy some short track, hard-nosed racing from the 1/3 mile oval in Hamilton, just north of Hamilton, Ontario there. Holy crap. Wow. I just Oh boy. But anyways, yeah, next weekend we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun racing. It's so good. It's gonna be good to see everyone back at the track. Racing gets underway, I believe 6:30 next weekend.
I believe so.
6:30, 7 o'clock. You guys will find all our pit notes on our Canadian Vision Modified YouTube page, our Facebook page, Instagram, and make sure you guys are following along to Flamborough Speedway to find out what time racing starts, so you guys can get there early and make sure you guys reserve your spot to come watch it and some great racing. There's so much going on next week. I'm excited for it. I know Megan, I'm sure you are as well.
Very.
You know, it's going to be so much fun going to Motorama. Going to be so much going back to Flamborough. Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
What do you
Exciting.
Oh yeah. What do you say we take us home now?
Alright, sounds good. Thank you guys for joining us tonight on the True North Racing podcast. I am Megan Mitchell.
And I'm John Morrison. Thank you guys for listening to the True North Racing podcast. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, share the crap out of this, and we'll see you guys all next week. Bye now.
So
Going into overdrive. Drop the flag, then the car zooming by. Hey, True North Racing. Let's go.